Hey guys, welcome back to the Socially Awesome channel. Elise Smith here, and today we're continuing our conversation about humanizing your brand on social media by talking about building authentic connections with your audience. So, how are we going to build these connections? So, we've talked a little bit in the past month about being transparent and sharing your story, staying true to your brand self, your authentic self, focusing on building those relationships, socializing on social media. But today it's more about taking your audience behind the scenes. So, we've talked about going behind the scenes before in terms of like your social posts, your video content, but there is a huge opportunity to highlight all of your team members that make up your brand. This is where a lot of my clients have missed the mark in the past. And this is something that I like to bring forward when working with them because a lot of times people don't think that their audience wants to know about them, right? They want to know about the product. They want to know about the benefits, the pain points, all the things. But people really do connect with other people. So by showing the faces behind your brand, that will allow you to humanize it. And it will also allow your customers to build that KLT, that know, like, and trust factor. And we say that over and over and over until it's burned in the brain. So if there is someone in particular that represents your brand, whether it be you or someone else, if you have a mascot, if you have, just a face of your brand, that's always great to share their stories or your stories and how it connects to the brand, highlight some of the volunteer service, any recent accomplishments. So I like to weave this into my clients' strategy by doing testimonial Tuesdays, whether this be a review from a past client that had a great experience, a past customer that loved the product, some sort of testimonial for your brand. This is going to tell your audience they are actually providing the service or providing the product that they say they are. Getting testimonials from other people. This is also where a lot of brands miss the mark is they don't collect the testimonials. They don't encourage the testimonials. A lot of people are afraid of feedback. They're afraid of negative feedback, negative reviews, so they discourage any and all feedback. And that really just takes you down a notch when it comes to humanizing your brand. So I always like to encourage clients that I've worked with in the past or that I work with currently to encourage feedback, encourage reviews, encourage engagement. And then if you have negative reviews, and you will, almost everyone has a negative review or a negative derogatory comment on their social media, then you take care of it and look at it as an opportunity, a learning opportunity for you to get better in whatever you missed the mark on in that moment. Another way is recent accomplishments. So if your brand has been recognized or you as a solopreneur have been recognized for something, for instance, I recently got some certifications. I became a master certified coach. I encourage you to not only weave that into your content, but talk about it regularly. This is what I can do to help you, and this is why. Because of this accomplishment, I have put in X amount of hours into learning XYZ, and it's why I should be the one you want to work with. The same thing goes with a product. So if you have a supplement and it's triple tested for heavy metals, or we're putting it through the ringer to make sure it's the healthiest, cleanest product we could put out on the market to our clients, I encourage you that is some sort of certification, that is some sort of accomplishment. This is something we do extra above and beyond for our customers. So putting that into your content is a behind the scenes, and it allows you to build those authentic connections with your audience. So to dive deeper a little bit more into it, you'd be surprised at how many people want to connect with your brand, and anyone who's a part of it in a genuine human way. So I like to do team member Tuesdays with one of my clients where we will recognize different employees at that place of business. And we tell their story, why they work there, how long they've been there, what their favorite product might be of the product line, and really just show the face behind the brand, the faces, many faces. Because while they might have only been there a short term, you might have an employee that's only been there a month and they've done something great and we want to spotlight them. That shows your audience that you recognize the people behind your brand and you support the people behind your brand. You're building connections with your employees as well. And that's just as important. That's just as important to showcase. And then again, your volunteer service. So if you're involved in your community, make sure that you are advertising that. What do you give back to? What causes are you involved in? These are all things that people can connect with. So if you give back to your local high schools or your local, autism events, or that's something that I do. If you give back to Relay for Life, or if there is some sort of local a local community chapter that you're involved in, make sure that you're showcasing all of these things, because these are things people can relate to. If I see a brand that's giving back to Junior Auxiliary, I support them because I am a member of Junior Auxiliary. There's hundreds of chapters of Junior Auxiliary all over the South, but as a member of one, I connect with that brand immediately. So when we're out in the community looking for donations for our events, I support the local businesses that support our chapter. And that's because I align with them. So you want to make sure that you are spotlighting in a tasteful way any volunteer or give back service that you have. And then share pictures, videos, experiences that you or your team share on and off the clock on your blog and social media. So again, you'll want to scrub these, make sure they're not brand damaging, they're appropriate. But if you have a team member that shares something with you or discloses something with you, or they don't mind you sharing it publicly, about, it could be anything from, I recently did, or not recently, in the past, I've done a video with a client that when I was in corporate, we would go to these events, we would get little light up toys and light up swag, for lack of a better word, for our conferences, because it was all dark in a stadium. And one of our team members had brought their light up swag home to their child, and the child absolutely loved it. Had never seen anything like it. And so the team member sent me a 1-minute video of the child playing with this light up, I don't even know what you would call it, these two little styrofoam things that you hit together. And that has nothing to do with the product or service that we actually sold. Nothing. The team member was not on the clock when that video was made. So it really had nothing to do with our brand, but it showcased that we had put time and we had put resources into building up that team member to go to that event, because we wanted to develop our people. And then look at the outcome. We've got a happy team member, a happy child, they're one happy family. People can connect the dots there. And that was a little behind the scenes snippet that people really enjoyed because they could relate to it. How many times have you brought something home from, an event or a parade or whatever that your child was able to really enjoy? So as always, please make sure you leave us a review if you got any value out of this episode at all. Take a screenshot, share it in your stories, and tag me. I'll share it with my audience too. That's the best way to grow your own audience, is to get in front of other people's audiences. And if you're not already in our free community, Socially Awesome Entrepreneurs, make sure to check the show notes. Click the link in the show notes to join the group. We do free tips, tricks, and trainings every week in there to help you grow your business online. And as always, make it simple, make it social, and make it awesome.